Here are the most expensive homes of soccer players. Paul Pogba, one of the highest paid footballers in the world, according to a Forbes ranking published in 2021, has a quite colossal fortune. His monstrous salary allows the midfielder of the French team to live very comfortably. The proof is in his splendid house located in the very chic county of Cheshire, 20 minutes from Carrington in England. And the least we can say is that this huge house, purchased in 2017, has what to make more than one person dream. And it is not without reason. His magnificent house has several rooms, an indoor heated pool, a gym, saunas, a billiard room, a media room, and many other spaces, all as luxurious as each other. However, to get to his property, previously occupied by the Mexican footballer Javier Hernandez, the French international would have paid the modest sum of £2.9 million, or about 3.62 million euros. A nice move, since the former Juve player would have even managed to get a discount of some 700,000 euros during the acquisition of his property. Unfortunately, being at the end of his contract, Paul Pogba has recently left Manchester United and could also leave his lavish villa. Footballers do not skimp on expenses when it comes to their homes, and Kylian Mbappe is no exception to the rule, since the 23-year-old has set his sights on an extraordinary mansion of 600 square meters, located in the 16th arrondissement of Paris. A property that would cost, however, nearly 3.5 million euros. But we must admit that it is not wrong. This two-story apartment, with a breathtaking view of the Eiffel Tower, is located in one of the most prestigious addresses in the capital. And that's not all. The French world champion also has a superb roof terrace and an open-air jacuzzi. Not to mention, of course, its ultra-refined and modern interior. Moreover, this accommodation would also have very practical advantages for the young soccer player. Indeed, Kylian Mbappe would be only a few minutes' drive from the Parc des Princes. However, before proceeding to the purchase of this apartment, the footballer, who has just officially extended his contract at PSG, would have rented it at more than 30,000 euros per month. Only that. Mbappe proves that when it comes to his comfort, he does not deprive himself, and we understand it. Karim Benzema, considered by many observers as the best soccer player today, is not the player who earns the most money. He is not even in the Forbes ranking of the 10 best footballers in the world in 2021. However, the one commonly known as KB9 is not to be pitied. Far from it. He is even the head of a nice little fortune that allows him to lead a real life of star. The serial striker, who lives in Spain, has indeed not hesitated to buy a house at no less than 5 million euros. Located in the suburb of Ciudad Campo, about 35 kilometers north of the center of Madrid, this magnificent house of 864 square meters includes large green spaces, a swimming pool, 6 bedrooms, a jacuzzi, a large dressing room, and a gym. The native of Lyon even has a large garage where he stores his many cars valued at several million euros. Without much surprise, this splendid, ultra-secure luxury villa attracts attention, especially since the exterior architecture of the house is far from being unnoticed. With the salaries in soccer and the sponsoring contracts that the stars of the game enjoy, footballers are among the richest sportsmen. It is therefore logical that they generally offer themselves excessively expensive homes, and Antoine Griezmann is no exception to the rule. Indeed, the number 7 of the French team owns a luxurious house estimated at 6 million euros, located in the Finca district, an ultra-secure area in the west of Madrid, where a large number of Madrid players also live. Even his coach, David Simeone, lives in the same neighborhood. Even worse, his villa, just as majestic, is located across the street from the footballers. On this subject, Antoine Griezmann had confided, "I was warned that Diego Simeone lived there, but I discovered that his house was really opposite mine. Fortunately, it is a bit high up so you can't see each other's house." Yes, the French international has nothing to complain about, especially since his magnificent house with its refined architecture includes a soccer field, a basketball playground, and a large swimming pool. Even if we don't know exactly what the interior of the villa looks like, we can still see light-colored furniture and large windows offering large, bright spaces. The totality to make the happiness of his family. Player of Real Madrid and the Belgian national team, Eden Hazard, like many other players, lives in the Finca, and more precisely in the area of Lagos, 30 minutes from downtown Madrid. And the least we can say is that the striker of the Red Devils has chosen his home well. Indeed, Eden Hazard has decided to acquire the mansion that belonged to the famous singer Alejandro Sanz for the princely sum of 11 million euros. A sum which, let's admit it, is quite astronomical. However, this house with a modern architecture, typical of the buildings of the surroundings, has what to surprise. Built on a 5,151 square meter lot, this sumptuous villa, known as Casa Negra, includes a cinema room, a gym, a spa, an indoor pool, a library, 6 bedrooms, and 10 bathrooms. The huge 1,631 square meter house even has a home automation system, allowing control of several rooms in the home. But that's not all, because outside this incredible villa, the Hazard family will also be able to enjoy tennis courts. What to put Eden Hazard in the best conditions to play soccer? David Beckham and his wife Victoria are one of the most famous couples in the world, but also the richest. The former footballer and the ex-singer, now a fashion designer, have an estimated fortune of $900 million, according to the website Celebrity Net Worth. And the least we can say is that their lifestyle is enough to make any person envious. The proof? Well, the former sportsman owns countless houses around the world, each as luxurious as the other. But the most surprising is without any doubt this London mansion, which is worth £40 million sterling. That is to say, nearly 47 million euros. That's a lot of money. Located in the upscale neighborhood of Holland Park, not far from Kensington Palace, this house is worthy of a 5-star residence, and for good reason. This ultra-modern house has a magnificent swimming pool, a gym, a library, a cinema, and a soundproofed bedroom. Victoria Beckham even has her own hairdressing and massage salon, as well as a spa. Of course, she also has a huge dressing room which, by the way, is divided into 2 rooms. It is necessary to believe that it is there truly a house of dream. Nevertheless, the former soccer star and his wife decided to carry out work in 2016 for the sum of 9 million euros. The goal? To renovate this large, cozy nest, presumably still imperfect to their taste. Wayne Rooney, former England international, thinks big when it comes to choosing his future property. The proof is in the form of his surprising new home. The current coach at Derby County and his wife, Colleen, live in a mansion, but not just any mansion. Called High Lake Manor, this highly secure house, which is located in the Golden Triangle of Cheshire, England, covers an area of 50 acres or nearly 200,000 square meters. No, you're not dreaming. It's worth a whopping 20 million pounds sterling, or about 23 million euros. And we must admit that it is not without reason. Indeed, Wayne Rooney has thought of everything to lead a life of luxury. He has a stable for 14 horses, a garage for 6 cars, an orangery, but also a magnificent swimming pool. Located in a secluded area just behind a lake, the interior of the mansion is not to be outdone. And for good reason. It includes 6 bedrooms, a billiard room, a movie theater, a gym, a jacuzzi, a large library, and much more. All this in a decor that will certainly leave no one indifferent. So we have to believe that the former footballer is currently living in a breathtaking house. It is well known that Lionel Messi is one of the richest footballers in the world. La Pulga is even the best paid sportsman in 2022, with an income of about 125 million euros, according to Forbes. It is therefore, not surprisingly, that the international footballer Argentina allows himself to get prestigious real estate. The 7-time Golden Ball player owns a house located in Castelldefels, only 25 kilometers from the center of Barcelona, between lush valleys and the turquoise sea of the Mediterranean. And it must be said that Messi does not fail to enjoy the views thanks to the large panoramic windows of his house, which, however, cost him only 1.8 million euros. Of course, he also had to renovate his villa and better adapt it to his taste. This time, he had to pay no less than 6 million euros. Yes, the famous footballer has seen things in big for his new home. Indeed, the PSG striker has not only a beautiful terrace with barbecue, but also a small soccer field, a dining room in the garden, a pool, and a playground for his children. Its interior, for its part, seems to have a Mediterranean-style decoration, with a color palette of dark brown and beige. enough to make any person dream. Unfortunately, despite the idyllic living environment, Lionel Messi had rather noisy neighbors. Faced with such a situation, he would have decided simply to buy their house, as stated by the footballer Ivan Rakitic. "Me with the neighbors, I have not had problems in Barcelona. It's like Messi and Castelldefels. He had to buy the house of his neighbors because they were noisy to be quiet," he said. A luxury that, after all, is accessible for the Argentine. To the average person, Mangaratiba is a small coastal town of 36,000 inhabitants with no real charm. But in reality, this seaside resort, located 2 hours away from Rio de Janeiro, gathers huge private luxury complexes and residences worthy of Hollywood movie stars' villas. It is thus in this same place, nestled on the edge of a crystal-clear sea and in the heart of a luxuriant nature, that the footballer Neymar decided to get a luxurious villa installed in the middle of the ultra-secure complex of Portobello. The huge house, purchased for €9 million in October 2016, looks like a small paradise on earth, conditioned to the needs of the player. Between tennis court, infinity pool, weight room, a game room, or even heliport, everything has been thought of for the 30-year-old star to lead a life of luxury. Moreover, if this house with its refined design is surprising, the Brazilian soccer player is not satisfied with owning only one property. Far from it. Neymar does not hesitate to have small pleasures by staying in houses always so sumptuous. True superstar Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the richest footballers on the planet thanks to his salary, but also to his image. King of sponsorship contracts, the Portuguese footballer has an unprecedented number of followers on social networks, especially on Instagram, where he has more than 452 million followers. This today has allowed him to have a real estate portfolio that is enough to make you dizzy. The reason? CK7 owns countless luxury properties, including one in the Finca, a posh neighborhood that is not called the Beverly Hills of Madrid for nothing. Designed by the famous architect Joaquin Torres, this huge house, purchased for more than €5.6 million, has both an indoor and outdoor pool, a fitness room, and much more. But that's not all. Cristiano Ronaldo also owns a large house with a refined design in Funchal, Madeira, which costs more than €8 million. With a breathtaking view of the Atlantic Ocean, this home is no match for the one the soccer player is building in the prestigious Quinta de Marina neighborhood in Portugal. As one can imagine, this mansion will undoubtedly be worthy of the footballer's outrageous tastes. Now it's your turn to tell us in the comments which of these footballers' houses surprised you the most. Don't forget to subscribe and click here to watch another of our videos.